Last pieces of infrastructure that the recycling center is removing, and we're washing the ground. We're doing a full deep clean, and then we're going to start building an ecology center. So over here, this is our cooking demonstration kitchen. One of the biggest things that the food justice movement has highlighted, in my opinion, is that a lot of people don't know how to cook whole foods. And so let's say our population, which I think is 1 in 6 people in the United States, are on food stamps right now. A lot of people will go to corner stores and buy things that are already easy to eat, packaged foods, things that really aren't healthy, because a lot of people don't know how to cook from whole foods. They don't know how to cook from dry rice and beans. They don't know how to cook fresh produce. They don't know how to cook fresh greens. And so what this cooking demonstration kitchen will do is it'll teach people how to cook meals from whole foods and from natural organic foods. And then we can move away from the corner store, food desert, GMO foods that are easily available to people, and we can move towards cooking things that are more holistic for our bodies, cooking out of our gardens, and having that direct connection with the earth and our nutrients. So.
That type of food is causing heart attacks and cancer. There's no question about it. There's
Absolutely.
a direct cause and effect relationship. And then, and you were talking about GMOs, and that was my question to you while you're making this.
Oh yeah, I'm just a worker bee. I have to keep working.
And then,
please.
The non-passage of Prop 37.
Yeah.
That was a heartbreaker because you were talking about Monsanto earlier. There is a danger of a complete change in the plant life and animal life on this planet because of those. You don't contain those. They proliferate everywhere.
Right.
So do you have something that you'd like to say about that? This seems to me to be the benefit of this type of garden, and I'm hoping are the seeds pure?
Obviously, yes. The seeds here are very pure. None of these plants that I know of are GMO. A lot of them came from permaculture nurseries and things, so a lot of them are some of the best organic plants, some of the best strains of plant for this exact geography that are known about. So for example, Greg Garr has operated a native plant nursery out of here, and what he likes to tell people is that the native plants that are here in the nursery are not only native plants to this area of California, but they're special varieties that are especially good for San Francisco because they've been grown in San Francisco, and every time a plant grows and seeds and that seed is planted and another plant grows and seeds, the DNA changes slightly and it becomes better and better suited for that area. So the plant's smart. It's able to realize how much wind there is and how much water there is and all these different patterns, and slightly changes DNA from seed to plant to seed to plant as it goes. So the plants here are selected to be especially good for not only San Francisco, but even this area of San Francisco. So that's definitely happening.
Have the kind of adaptability and flexibility that also needs to be brought back to human existence as well.
Right.
So don't forget your thought.
So beyond that, the more that we can make this fun and accessible and something that people want to do, which is grow food and grow medicine and grow things locally and cook them and eat them and really make our cycle, from growing to eating to putting that energy back out into the soil and growing again as local as possible, the more that we can really start to rely on ourselves and our community and less on the corporate and state power structures that control a lot of our food supply right now, which is why Monsanto has the ability to sue farmers for their own from Monsanto seeds getting into their crop and mixing with them because they have DNA, what's the word? Forgetting. When you copyright something, they have patents on certain seed DNA.
They do.
So they do all kinds of things like suing farmers and monopolizing agriculture to a large degree. The more we can make this something accessible for people, the more I think that people will choose to grow their own food, will choose to buy organic food from farmers markets and other gardeners and farmers, and depend less on the corporate food supply, on Monsanto and GMO seeds and things like that.
Or will come here, get free seeds to plant in their garden, get a post hole digger and a rake, which you can, it's a library, a tool library, will not buy, but borrow books from the permaculture library here and learn.
Start seeds in our greenhouse.
Yeah.
Feel free, if you don't have space, if you can't find space in the city, feel free to come plant food and medicine here. We do encourage guerrilla gardening, which is this idea of people going out into the city and finding pieces of land that aren't being used and growing food and medicine on them. I mean, don't, go harm someone's, other installation to do that, but if you find bare soil and places where there's lots of sunlight and it looks like it would be a great place to grow food and medicine or any other plants, we strongly encourage people to green the city as much as possible through their own actions.
You can do it in little places, covert places under pine trees and places, and I mean, people wouldn't even know the stuff was there, right?
Right, yeah, totally. Most people don't. There's a group in San Francisco called the Guerrilla Grafters, because the city of San Francisco plants lots of fruit trees on the sidewalks and such throughout the city, but they don't plant fruiting varieties of those fruit trees. So they'll plant non-fruiting varieties of those fruit trees. Luckily, fruit trees have a function, or we have something that we can do to them called grafting, which is where you'll take a branch on a fruit tree and you'll cut a V shape into it. And then you'll cut a branch on another tree off and you'll put that branch with the wedge shape into the V shape, and then you'll tie it with tape. And those branches synthesize together. And there's actually things called fruit salad trees, because a tree will take any branch of any other tree that's in the same family. It doesn't have to be even the same species, it can be the same family. So you can actually grow different fruits onto the same tree. You can grow different varieties of apples onto a single apple branch. Most apples we find on the store are not true to seed, meaning it wasn't a seed that was planted that grew into an apple tree that produced this fruit. Usually we start a seed to grow the stock, the root stock, and the stem of the tree, and then we graft on fruiting varieties of apples that we like better, that we like the taste of better.
Is that okay to do that?
Yeah, it's okay. It's a little, you know, we're starting to manipulate nature a little bit, if you want to call it that, but it's a common practice.
And it's okay, you don't lose anything by it.
And you can even plant, you know, peaches and plums can grow off the same tree because they're in the same family, and so we can have these fruit salad trees and things like this, which is really wild.
Every time I talk to Ryan, I learn a little bit more. It's really interesting. Your knowledge of this is truly, you know, it's fun to listen to you talk about this.
Thank you. It's all about sharing this and making this common knowledge. I mean, that's really what it's about.
Freedom of information. I have a totally brown thumb. I want to come down here sometime and get some seeds and start growing the stuff in my apartment, because, you know, and do my bit and see if I can keep the thing from dying.
Yeah, I bet you can.
Well, thanks for the support.
You can make it quite vital if you just put some energy into it, for sure.
Thanks a lot.
Absolutely.
Ryan, thank you so much.
Thank you.
And so this is January 3rd, 2013, the new year, and this is Ryan. His Facebook page, can I say?
Yeah, you can find me on Facebook under Rising Roots.
Rising Roots.
I think it's facebook.com/RisingRootsDesign is the technical thing.
And there's stuff on there about this, and you can learn a lot.
Yeah, you can also learn a lot about the Golden Gate Ecology Center through humanbein.org.
That's human, B-E-hyphen-I-N.
No hyphen.
No hyphen.
It's actually just HUMANBEIN.org.